Jaradari Yashodanandana Braja Jararanjana Yashodanandana Braja Jararanjana Yamuna Tiravanachari Yamuna Tiravanachari Jayo Radha Madhava Jaya Kunjari Jari Jayo Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radha Jayo Jagannath Jayo Baladeva Shubhadamayi Jaya Sudarshana Jayo Krishna Balaram Jayo Krishna Balaram Krishna Balaram Jayo Krishna Balaram Jayo Jagannath Jayo Baladeva Subhadramayi Jaya Sudarshana Jayo Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jayo Jaya Prabhupada Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottam Devim Saraswati Vyasam Tadodayamudare Nashtapraya Subhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevya Bhagavate Uttama Sloke Bhakti Bhavantanayastaki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandaraya Cha Nandagopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namah Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangolangerte Girim Yatkata Tamagam Vande Shri Guru Dinataranam Paramananda Madhavam Sri Chaitanya Isharam Hare Krishna, welcome all the devotees for Nitya Bhagavata Seva. I seek blessing from all the devotees so that I can speak Bhagavatam in the parampara for the pleasure of Krishna and the devotees and my own purification. Hare Krishna. Today we will be reciting the second canto, fourth chapter, the process of creation, sloka number 8. So you can all recite along with me. Nunam Bhagavato Brahman Arer Abduta Karmanaha Durvai Bhavayam Iva Bhakti Bhati Kavi Vishcha Api Sheshtatam Nunam Bhagavato Brahman Hare Rabbuta Karmanaha Durvai Bhavayam Iva Bhati Kavi Vishcha Api Sheshtayam Nunam Bhagavato Brahman Hare Rabduta Karmanaha Durvai Bhavyam Iva Bhati Kavi Vishcha Api Sheshtayam. Word by word meaning. Nunam, still insufficient. Bhagavata of the personality of Godhead. Brahman, O learned Brahmana. Harihi, the Lord. Abduta, wonderful. Karmanaha, one who acts. Durvai Bhavyam, inconceivable. Eva, like that. Abhati, appears. Kaivaha, Kavibaha. Even by the highly learned Cha also Api, in spite of chastem being endeavored for translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada Jnana Sripad. Translation: O learned Brahmana, the transcendental activity of Lords are all wonderful and they appear inconceivable because even a great endeavors by many learned scholars have still proved insufficient for understanding them. Purport: the act of the Supreme Lord in the creation of just this one universe appear inconceivable, wonderful, and there are innumerable universes and all of them agree together are known as a created material world. All of them aggregated together are known as a created material world. And this is the part of His creations is only a fractional portion of the complete creation. The material world stands as a part only. Supposing that the material world is a display of one part of his energy, the remaining three parts consist of Vaikunta, Jagat or spiritual world, described in the Bhagavad Gita as the Mod Dhamma or Sanatana Dhamma, or the eternal world. We have marked in the previous verse that he creates the again and wind up the creation. This action is applicable only in the material world because of the other great part of his creation, namely the Vaikunta world is neither created nor annihilated. Otherwise, the Vaikunta Dham would not have been called eternal. The Lord exists with the Dhamma. His eternal name, quality, pastime, entourage, and personality are all a display of his different energies and expansion. The Lord is called Anadi, or having no creator, and Adi, or expansion. The Lord is called Anadi, or whom no creator, or Adi, the original of all. We think in our own imperfect way that the Lord is also created, but the Vedanta informed us that he is not created, rather everything else is created by him. Therefore, for the common man, these are all very wonderful matter for consideration. Even for the great scholar, they are inconceivable, and thus such a scholar present theories contradictory to one another. Even for the insignificant part of his creation, this particular universe, they have no complete information as to how far this limited space extended, or how many stars and planets are there, or different conditions of those innumerable planets. The modern scientists have insignificant knowledge of all this. Some of them assert that there are 100 million planets scattered all over the space. In the news release from Moscow dated 2/11/1960, the following piece of the knowledge was relayed. Russia, a well-known professor of astronomy, Boris Voronozov Amanova, said that there must be an infinite number of planets in the universe inhabited by being endowed with reason. It could be that life similar to that one on Earth flourishing on each planet. Doctor of Chemistry Nikolai Zurivo, covering the problem of atmosphere on other planets, they pointed out the organism of the martin, for instance, could be very well adapted itself to a normal existence with a low body temperature. He said that he felt that the gaseous compositions of a marine atmosphere was quite suitable to sustain life of beings which have become adapted to it. This adaptability of the organism to different varieties of planets is described in Brahma Samhita as Vibhuta Bidam. That is, each and every one of the innumerable planets with the universe is endowed with a particular type of atmosphere, and the living being there are more perfectly advanced in science and philosophy because of the better atmosphere. Vibhuta means specific power, or Binam means variegated. Scientists who are attempted to explore outer space and are trying to reach other planets by mechanical arrangement must know for certain that organism adapted to the atmosphere of Earth cannot exist in the atmosphere of other planet. Easy journey to the other planet. One has to prepare himself, therefore be prepared to a different planet after being relieved of the present body, and is said to be in Bhagavad Gita, Yanti Deva Varata Devan Pritan Yanti Pritir Vartaha Bhutani Yanti Bhutejaya Yanti Madhya Janiyo Pim Mamam. Those who worship the demigod will take birth among the demigods. Those who worship the ghost and spirit will take birth among the such beings. And those who worship me will live with me. Maharaj Parikshit's statement regarding the working of the creative energy of the Lord disclosed that he knew everything of the process of creation. Why did he ask Sukadeva Goswami for such information? Maharaj Parikshit, being the great emperor, a descendant of Pandavas, and a great devotee of Lord Krishna, was quite able to know the constantly about the creation of the world, but that much knowledge was not sufficient. He said therefore that even greatly learned scholar failed to know about that. Even great effort, the Lord is unlimited and his activities are also unfathomable. With a limited source of knowledge and with imperfect senses, any living being up to the standard of Brahmaji, the highest perfect living being within the universe, can never imagine knowing about them unlimited. We can know something of the unlimited when it is explained by the unlimited, as has been done by the Lord Himself in the unique statement of Bhagavad Gita, and is said also be known to some extent from the realized soul like Sukadeva Goswami, who learned from the Vyasadeva, a disciple of Narada, and thus the perfect knowledge can descend by the chain of disciplic succession only, and by any form of experimental knowledge, or old or modern. ओम ज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्वापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा माया तथापि सम्पदां ह्यं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीवतापदकमलं श्रीगुरु वैष्णवां च श्रीरूपं सागरदातां सागररघुनाथामितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पादा तम सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजन सहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देव श्री राधा कृष्ण पादा सागरालयिता विशाखां च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेष्टा गोपिका राधा कांत नमोस्ते तप्त कांचन गौरंगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी विषपानुसुते प्रणमामि हरिप्रियवंच कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यो च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवात्सल्य हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। नमो पंकजनाभाय नमो पंकजने मालिने नमो पंकजनेत्राय नमस्ते पंकजांगरे। हरे कृष्णा। वेलकम once again for the Nityam Bhagavata Sevya. Today will be very interesting, the continuation of last class. So in this sloka what Sukadeva Goswami said, oh Brahmana, he is addressing Sukadeva, the activities of the Lord, performer of the astonishing activities. So Maharaj is saying, the king is saying, addressing the Sukadeva Goswami, O Brahmana, the activities of the Lord, performer of astonishing the activity, certainly appear hard to understand for even the wise people. Even for the intelligent person, it is very difficult to understand. Therefore, I want to explain this. So, it's very difficult to understand. So, what the glories of Bhagavatam is, what Narada Muni gives benediction to all the listeners. In the Garga Samhita, the Narada Muni gives a benediction. He know devotee of the Krishna not interested in material things. Therefore, he gives both a material and a spiritual benediction. Whoever listen to the Katha with rapid attention, okay, what are the advantage they are going to get? Number one, material benediction is, whoever listen Katha, the person gets benefit of performing 10 Rajasuga Yajna. You will all know that Pandavas, Yadusha Maharaj performed the Rajasuga Yajna. So it is not an easy one. So they have to fight with all the rivalry kings, and after winning them, then he has to start performing the Rajasuga Yajna. So much difficulty. So just by listening Bhagavatam, simply sitting here itself, no, you get the benefit. By hearing and speaking about Bhagavatam, one get the blessing of the benediction of perform 10 Rajasuga Yajna. 10 రాజశుద్ధ యజ్ఞకి ఈక్వల్. ఇట్లా కూర్చుంటే చాలు భాగవత క్లాస్లో. Simply by sitting here. How is it possible in Kali Yuga? Everything is possible. Religion is very difficult. Krishna also very merciful. The second advantage of spiritual benediction is Krishna will be immensely pleased. He immediately pleased with the devotee who hears the Krishna Katha. So Krishna is chana happy ఉపేంద్రు ఎవరా కూర్చి భాగవతం వేసేదనే उनका చాలా ఖుషి అయిపోయింది. సో speaker may not be qualified, may not be pure also, but still Krishna is simply by hearing one get benediction of both material and spiritual. This verse is directly related to Bhagavad Gita 7.8. Krishna means in his translational potency of external and internal. He is clearly mentioned about his wonderful potency. He gives example how everyone can remember always. He says that I am the taste of the water. So he is the light of the sun and moon, and he is the Omkara of mantras, the sound of the ether and ability in any person. So everything comes from Krishna only. So that's how we have to understand. Even in Bhagavad Gita 10.8, Krishna says, I am the source of all the world. Everything comes from me only. If someone knows this, his transcendental loving position of Godhead. This is the transcendental loving position of the Godhead. So people should know from where we are getting. What such person do? They will engage themselves for loving service of the Lord. Who does it? It is the intelligent people does it. How does such person do? With the emotion and full of intensity, with full of surrender, such person engage my loving service. So Krishna clearly says that how they perform, only intelligent will do. With full dedication and emotion, intensively they will serve me, and they will be fully surrendered to me. When a living entity understands the transcendental position of Krishna, that is the beginning of real Krishna consciousness and real consciousness. When Krishna mentioned in his internal and external potency, how to remember him. So Krishna says it, how to remember him. In the end of Krishna tells, what can I tell Arjuna? What more can I tell you? Just the fragment of my power sustaining the whole universe. The whole universe is standing on the fragment of his power only. That is one is ready. Srila Prabhupada says in this purport also, 1/4 is the material world, 3/4 is the spiritual world. The supreme power of Godhead, that is unlimited entity of the spiritual world. So there are so many living beings also in this spiritual world. So Durga Devi, the name Durga means a fort. It's a kote, I will say, no, that's a fort. She is a protector of the fort, and it is mentioned in Brahma Samhita about Durga Devi. In the material world, she is the responsible for Srishti, Siddhi and Pralaya. That means creator. She is responsible for creation and maintaining and also destroying. Durga. She is the energy of Krishna. She is also the shadow. Okay. So Krishna consciousness is Chaitanya Charitamrita. It says about Krishna is the sun, and the eternal material energy is the darkness. So all other things is darkness. But whereas if Krishna is there, that place there won't be any darkness in that place. Srimad Bhagavatam says that when Vyasadeva was meditating on the transitional form of the Lord, that is Virata Rupa, his mind is purified by remembering the Supreme Lord. By meditating on Virat Rupa itself, his mind is pure. He saw the complete form of the Lord, internal and eternal energy, under the control of Supreme Person of Godhead. Bhagavad Gita, under my direction, he says in Bhagavad Gita, under my direction, this material energy created unlimited living entity. Under his guidance only, the material world, unlimited living entities are created, which are moving and some of non-moving, like mountains and all will not move, people and animals will move. This is the cause of continuous change of happening is under the direction of Godhead. This continuous changes is happening. the transcendental position of living entity that the Lord always present. Bhagavad Gita says that Krishna is telling to Arjuna, Ishvara is present in everyone's heart, living entity. According to the desire of living entity, the living entity takes another birth from one species to other species, from one type of environment to other environment. So Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita that at the time of death, whatever you are meditating, you will take the birth of that. If you are meditating on a dog, you will take a birth of a dog. If you meditate on a Krishna, then you will go back to Krishna's place. Chaitanya Charitamrita also says that innumerable living entities are just roaming. Innumerable living entities just roaming 14 planetary system. Okay, up and down. If the entity in the mode of goodness, they go to the upper planetary system. If a living entity is in the mode of passion, they live in the same position, middle planetary system, and if the living entity is a mode of ignorance, they go to the lower planetary system. So upper planetary system, mode of goodness, middle planetary system is mode of passion, and lower planetary system, mode of ignorance. So the living entity is constantly roaming all the material universes, but some lucky fortune of a living entity who gets the fortune of spiritual master and the Krishna. Then the seed of loving devotional service, which is sowed in the heart. So you put a seed on the sand, Similarly, the loving devotional service is sown in our heart. It means the proper care in the proper environment for the sowing the seed as a planet. What happened? You cannot put a seed on the rock. You cannot put a seed on the water. It has to be proper environment. So what happens when you put it in the ground and pour water and nice sunlight is there, then the seed grows and it will become a plant, then become a tree, then start giving fruits. Okay. This is the position. What is the seed of devotion? It is there a living entity. It is there in all living entities. Seed of loving, seed of devotion is there. Just you are not inventing Krishna. Everybody's heart, the Krishna is there. But they are not aware of that. When you say Hare Krishna, then it comes out. The seed of loving service to the Supreme Lord, everybody is having. What is the correct environment to grow? So we have to know where it can grow. If one started hearing about the Supreme Person of Godhead with a purified mind, our mind also should be purified. The environment is first you should hear the Krishna Katha in a purified mind. So now the question comes, what do you mean by purified mind? If that mind is interested about hearing thousands of other topics which is no relationship with it, if the mind is not purified, what happens? He hears thousands of other activities, topics which is not related to Krishna. That is the impure mind. Because a person is not understand who they are really. Many people don't know who they are. When he understood the original constitution position and eternal servant of Godhead. So Prabhupada always says that you are the soul and you are servant of Krishna. You are not this body. So one understands that I am the original constitution portion and also he is the eternal servant of Krishna. The Bhagavad Gita says when there is an identified with a material mind, one identified with a material mind, and that mind which has got the impression of the innumerable previous birth we have taken. So innumerable previous birth, that mind is fully, impression is there. That is called material mind. So I'll repeat once again. Material mind means the mind which has got innumerable impression of previous birth. So last birth I was a Chandala, previous birth I was a Brahmana, previous birth I was a dog, hog, like that it's going on impression. When we understand the impression that the material mind, what is happens? We always in the mood of thinking that I am the eternal body. I always think that I am this body and this is material mind. When we are under the influence of I am this body and this is mind. So when we are in the influence of I am this body, I am Murari Bhakta, and I am thinking that this is my mind, or when the material mind is attached with the body or sense gratification, so what happens? The proud to accumulate wealth. Sense gratification means go on earning, going day and night working hard and earning money. One is anchoring for sense gratification. Always say that, oh, I should get this, I should get that. So anchoring for sense gratification, material position, I should be the leader, I should be the president, I should be the counselor. So material position they are asking, it is like intoxication, it is as good as poison. In that situation, one original natural tendency of existence, what is the original natural tendency of Atma? We are the servant of the loving devotional service to the Lord is being taken away. So whatever you have the constitutional position, that is taken away. When you go run behind, that's why you can see the politician, no? They always run for that. I want this position. I should be a counselor. I want to be a MP. I have to be the MLA. I want to be chief minister. I want to be prime minister. So they don't know that these are all temporary. If they started thinking their original concept, I am the servant of Krishna, that is taken away, hijacked. When it happens, when the attachment of sense gratification to be and be proud of the material position, they are very happy. If you say that you are the president of the panchayat, he is very happy. Oh, I am the president of it. They say that you are president of this paksha, that party. He said, oh, I am so happy. So when the material position, one natural constitutional position is taken away, he started losing his natural constitutional position is, I am the servant of the Krishna. Then there is no one point concentration of loving devotional service of Supreme Lord. So what happens when you are become a material attached, material mind is acquired, then you are forgotten that you are the constitution, you are serving Lord, that is lost. So it is said the Vivasayakta Atmika Buddhi. So there is no samadhi. Such people know they will not attain the peace. They will not enter into the samadhi. What is samadhi? The total one is absorbed. So when you may start meditating, you are totally absorbed with Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. When you start meditating, you will be totally absorbed with Krishna and its Leela. It is the Supreme Person. It could be one sitting that it could be happen in one sit. It may not happen one sitting also, but slowly, gradually, it is extended. The constantly practice and it is extended. So Bhagavad Gita says that person got the one point of concentration in remembering the lotus feet of the Lord, that is Vivasayaka Atmika Buddhi, one point of surrender. So when you in that Bhagavad Gita sloka it says that one point of concentration and one point of surrender. So you will know that when you start chanting, no, so you will decided to surrender. The person who is not in Krishna conscious, they are thinking their thoughts of different direction, thousands and thousands different thoughts will be there. People outside people know, every second they will be thinking what next I have to, where I have to invest the money, how do I buy that house, how do I bring up my children, what course he has to take when he pass out from the college, all thousands of things in their mind. Okay, unlimited, many branches, who is intelligent and mind of position. So the intelligent mind all are disturbed. Who is not at all in the mode of devotional service. Such people know, he says, please chant one round, say Hare Krishna, they will not say, because the mind is all, everything is disturbed by thinking of thousands of material things. So there is mode of devotion service to Krishna is not there. He is conditioned to the material world. He is already conditioned with the material world. He don't know anything about Krishna. He is always thinking that, okay, today I didn't get water, I am not, there is a strike, shop is not open, how do I buy the provision? So his mind is always engaged in the material. He is conditioned to the material things. What's happening? So today's verse we are discussing about that. It is talking about the wonderful activities of Supreme Personality Godhead. It is inconceivable. So Lord only created the whole universe. So material universe, spiritual universe. So it is not that easy to understand. Inconceivable means you cannot able to understand. It is also mentioned in Mahabharata how everything is related to Supreme Lord is Achintya. So how you can correlate everything related to Krishna is Achintya. Achintya means it cannot be understood by blind mind. So just like that you cannot understand. Even material things, there are some philosophy, there are some theories. Just like that you cannot understand. Like example is a computer science student, he cannot understand the biology doctor subject. Similarly, a doctor subject person cannot understand computers black coding. So similarly, blind mind. So our mind is blind. So it is not that easy to understand Krishna. Logically, actually, to start making sense. So even in the material world things also, it is not that easy. Unless one is surrender. Okay. Even one try to understand a subject. Okay. You want to understand the biology. I was example a doctor. What is the way? One has to first, if you want to become a doctor, first you should have interest. Yes, I want to become a doctor to serve the society. Then from the interest, what happened? Subject. Then he sees that what are subject I study. If he study the computer science, he cannot become a doctor. So he is choosing the subject. And if he has to get a interest on that subject. Okay, you know that, but interest is there, subject is there, then what happened? What to talk about the so he has to get the knowledge of that. So he has to study deeply. From the interest, if you study, then he gets the knowledge. So one takes the interest, understand, then he come to know that okay, this is what medical. So 3 steps is required. Any subject you take, first step is you should have the interest on that subject, and first then you have to understand it by reading or hearing, and third is if you do all the two, then you will come to know that okay, this is subject. Okay. So what is the knowledge coming to the subject? Okay. What is the knowledge? How does one knows? It happens through the interest. So if you have interest, then the knowledge comes. One wants to know the Krishna wonderful activity. Here coming to the subject. If you want to know about Krishna's wonderful activity, then one should know that Krishna is present. First you should accept that Krishna is there. Many people outside you go say that Krishna, they say no, it is a myth. Somebody wrote a story about Krishna. He is not there. Krishna is a normal person like you and me. So they are not understanding who Krishna is. Then how they will able to understand about his greatness? He is present in Golaka. They will not know. And what type of form he has? He has Satchit Ananda. Satchit means truth. It's real. Chit means pure consciousness. Okay. Ananda means totally bliss. Very happy. So he is always happy. He is true and also he is complete knowledge. He is a spiritual body. Ananda Vigraha. Vigraha means he is God's spiritual body, not our skin. Not like our body, his spiritual body. So this is what it, by this, if you understand, if you accept Krishna, then you can able to understand all his creation and appreciate it. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. So tomorrow we will continue with the continuation. Much more information we'll understand about the creation. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Thanks for joining. And we will continue tomorrow class. We will get switch off.